Figured I'd give you guys a little tour of my workspace today. Show you where I make finished Ranger helmets. Start off with my workbench. Built that a couple years ago. Had some 2x4s laying around and wanted to waste them on building something, so a workbench it was. The top is a piece of plastic. My friend works for a company that makes tanks that hold acid, and they use different kinds of plastic, so he gets these sheets of plastic sometimes. Made the perfect top for that. Whenever it gets too messed up or painted up, whatever, just hit it with the sander and it looks brand new. I've sanded that many a time. I got my radio over here, rivet tool, files, channel locks. I use the channel locks for this gallon of fiberglass resin. Every time I go to get the cap off, that bitch welds itself on, so I spin it off with this. Makes quick work of it. I got some polyurethane resin under there. Gallon of Bondo unopened. This is another piece of plastic from my friend. Inch thick stuff, really slippery. I don't know what kind it is, but just made a little shelf at the bottom of my workbench out of it. Old school PS2 there. Use that as a DVD player. My TV that I got for $2 at a church sale. That's the bottom of a 5-gallon bucket. Just use that for mixing Bondo on. Rotary cutter. Use that to cut fiberglass mat, because scissors, if you ever try and cut fiberglass, it just kind of frays it all around. That thing, man, just lays the fiberglass out, zip it across, perfectly cut. Little brush there. Got my cutting mat here. Steel ruler, flexible roller behind it, which can be bent. That's the White Ranger helmet mold that I just finished. That's the Red Ranger helmet mold that I made, I don't know, a long time ago. It's seen its day. That was my first sort of learning experience mold, and that's my current learning experience mold, so you can see the difference. That gets the job done, but you know, this is the way it should be done. Used 3 layers of fiberglass mat and cloth on this mother mold, the support shell that goes over the silicone. You can see some resin on there because there is in fact the very first White Ranger helmet to come out of that mold still in there. Depending on what temperature it is, the higher the temperature, the faster the resin's going to cure, the colder, the slower it cures, so I like to sort of know how much time I got. Got my bookcase here, my drill, got some foam core up there. Those are just mixers, stirrers, whatever. Chip brushes from Harbor Freight. 5 pounds of oil-based modeling clay. Those dishwashing packs are for when the casts come out of the mold, they have mold release on them. It's not really the best thing to try and paint over. So that's what's recommended to get that mold release off. And that mold release is up here. This is what I use. Use Release 200. Then powder the mold with baby powder. There's some silicone thickener. That's naphtha, silly putty, which is my secret item. People that know what that's for, they know it. I'm not going to say. Bondo spreaders. I get all kind of measuring cups from the dollar store to mix silicone, which is down here. Rebound 25 silicone. So I get measuring cups at the dollar store to measure that out. They come with these spoons, so I always have those left over. Safety glasses, epoxy and an epoxy gun, extra hardener for Bondo. That's actually a laundry bag. Again, with the mold making process, when you're going to have a cut in a mold which is what this is that goes the whole way up the back of the White Ranger helmet. It stops around in here. You laminate layers of something like cheesecloth or some kind of a mesh that's hard to tear, like that laundry bag. You laminate that in between the layers, and it keeps that split or that cut wherever it terminates from spreading any further. Mold release only brush, baby powder only. Like I said, after the mold release dries, you powder it. That's leftover epoxy putty from the White Ranger movie helmet, the neck opening. These are extra mold keys, which can't be used on a future mold because they're already cured, but I was going to throw them away. I'll use them for something. And respirators, that's for vapors. That one's for dust. Extra vapor cartridges. That's for dust as well, but just not as serious of a mask. Paints that I never use. I just store, paint here. The only thing I really use on the Ranger helmets is this primer sealer, which I don't know if they stopped making this or not, but I can't find this anywhere anymore, so there's about a third of a can left of that. But anyways, dirty ass picture up top. I bought a huge painting. I bought it from my girlfriend, and he hands me that turned over after I buy the first painting. Says, "Here, take this too," and that's what it was. So figured it was a good thing to hang up here. Got my shelving unit there. I'm gonna be putting up some more shelves. Gonna put one up top. There's a mannequin display head that I got for something else that I'm not going to use it on, actually, because I don't like the way it looks. Because the head is looking upwards. Doesn't look right for what I want to display on it. Garbage pink Ranger helmet that I have to fix. That'll be the current project. Make some cups. Reinforced Bondo. Keep Dremel accessories in here, and razor blades, hot glue gun sticks, pinstripe tape, needle files, some JB Weld, some more Dremel accessories, X-Acto knives. This is a scribing tool, basically just a point. I use this thing more often than you would ever imagine. You can see there's even some spot putty on the end. It does see its use. Some clamps here. There's some more pinstripe tape. That's a thinner diameter, or thinner width tape than that. That's half as thin. Some glazing spot putty, paint brushes. That's about it. I don't know. Sandpaper down here, fiberglass cloth, fiberglass mat. There's a little drill in that case I don't really use for anything. Wax paper. Just another mixing cup here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I have a little fan here that I got for $1. Just use that as a little exhaust fan. I usually keep that down because I don't want my neighbors looking in here wondering what the hell I'm doing. Block that vent off because I have cats upstairs, and I don't want them to die from all the fumes that go on in this room from it following up the vents. So that's basically it. This place changes all the time. I'm always rearranging stuff, getting rid of stuff, bringing new stuff in. But for right now, my heater, I do use that. I actually had it on just a minute ago because it's 45 degrees here today, at the end of May, which is retarded, but I guess whatever. Yeah, guys, that's about it. Hope you liked the little tour of my workspace, and I'll see you next time.